The city wasn't good for us. We had been dreaming about a place like this for a while now.
This would be the baby's room.
The house, it's been listed for a while. Why hasn't anyone bought it?
There was an incident.
We don't want to know.
We do.
There was a suicide, double homicide. I suppose you're out.
No.
You know I don't mind a little haunting.
We'll take it.
Kind of perfect, right?
This door won't open.
Yeah?
I thought they just had a daughter.
There were two. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. But I guess you folks aren't from around here.
Who are you?
Probably the closest thing you have to a neighbor.
What happened to the toy truck?
I don't know how things just keep disappearing.
You stopped seeking care when you moved.
The move was supposed to fix things. I found the windows in her room nailed shut.
So no one would find out what he was up to.
You okay?
You look like her.
What happened to the boy? He wasn't killed.
He lives in the house next door.
It's this house. I don't feel like I'm alone here.
The wardrobe, there's a reason it is where it is.
What do you want?
Ladies and gentlemen, today I am personally happy to have with me one of the best actors alive right now, a guy who I'm a huge fan of personally, Mr. Michael Shannon. Hello, Michael.
Wow, thanks. I like that introduction.
Well, it's only fitting when you have a man such as yourself, a thespian such as yourself, who's been in such great movies as K Shelter, 99 Homes. You've had such a diverse career, done so many different roles, and it's really awesome to see you in something like what we're talking about today, and that's your new film, which comes out today, called Abandoned.
Yes.
I'm quite excited about this because I was speaking with John Gallagher yesterday, and he was saying he learned so much from you on set. How much do you get out of projects like this where you can work with other actors that you perhaps never worked with?
Well, Johnny and I, we did Long Day's Journey into Night on Broadway a few years back. So we played brothers in that. So it was actually interesting to be playing, total strangers after having been through that experience, because we became quite close during that production. But I loved working with Emma. I had never met her before or hadn't worked with her. And she just has such a warmth about her and an openness. And she's just such a generous scene partner. And I really felt, for her character so much. Sorry. And what her character was going through with that baby. So I really got a kick out of working with her. Yeah.
I've heard she's also really funny, according to John. Just very, very funny.
Yeah, I don't know if I perhaps got to see as much of that, just because the scenes that we had together were so, I don't know, for lack of a better word, serious. So we didn't goof around too much, and we also had the baby to deal with. So
yeah, that can change some things, can't it?
Yeah,
I suppose so. Now, we talked in here about this film Abandoned. You're working with a first-time director too. Can you explain how it is to work with somebody whose first feature you're in, and what sort of what sort of back and forth you guys have as director and an actor on set?
Yeah. Well, Spencer's a highly intelligent person. I first met Spencer as an actor. We were acting together in a film called Heart of Champions, and he was pretty quiet on that one. I had no idea that this was lurking inside of him. But we didn't have a lot of time. I was only there a few days, and we really had to hit the ground running. So, but he came by and visited me before we went to set, and I was just really impressed with how much he had thought about the character and the story, and we just had the most amazing conversation. Just trying, because there's so many questions and so much you have to create, in your imagination, the backstory and all that. And he was very well prepared for that. So, first-time directors can they have kind of a stigma, I guess, sometimes that if it's the first time they're doing it, they might not know what they're doing. But I don't really find that to be the case. A lot of times, I find them to be the most prepared, whether they have a chip on their shoulder about being first timers or whether they think this might be my only chance to make a movie. They tend to take it very seriously.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also feel like there's an ambition there when it's your first time. You don't know how to do it wrong.
Right. Yeah, you've got something to prove, but he was he's very careful and thorough, and he didn't take anything for granted. Yeah.
And I definitely understand how one could when it's your first shot. I'll talk a little bit about this new movie, which I enjoyed. I'll say that. I'll have a full write-up later, but I'll say I enjoyed the film. I wanted to ask you something a little more fun because we only have a few more minutes left. And I always ask everybody this question, and I feel like it's a really fun question to get to know you as a cinephile.
Right.
If you had to choose two movies for the rest of your life that you could watch only, what two would you pick and why?
Oh, wow, what a question. Two movies, I get two. Well, I get a big kick out of The King of Comedy. That movie always makes me laugh a lot. I just love the combination of Robert De Niro and Jerry Lewis and Sandra Bernhardt. I also just think it's an amazing looking film. The production design and the cinematography just really knocked me out, and the sound. I just think it's probably my favorite Scorsese film. And it just always makes me really happy. I guess another film that always makes me really, really happy when I see it is Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads concert film.
Yeah.
That's my favorite concert film. Yeah, I every time I start watching that, it's like a drug or something. It just makes me all warm inside. So, yeah, I guess I could say some heavy dramatic thing, but if you only got two films, you should probably enjoy watching them.
Heck yeah, that's a great choice. It's funny because John chose Goodfellas and you chose King of Comedy, two very good Scorsese, but very different Scorsese films. I like that. Those are great picks.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I mean, Goodfellas is a real rush of adrenaline as well. But I don't know, that scene where in King of Comedy where Sandra Bernhardt finally gets to have her date with Jerry Lewis and he's taped to the chair is it's probably one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen in my life.
I'm imagining it now. It's making me laugh. But I understand completely where you're coming from on that. I love that pick, Michael. That's really.
And then he finally he seduces her and he gets her to take the tape off and then he slaps her and runs out of the house. It's just fucking genius.
I love it. I love your explanation on it too, man. That's well played. And I love the Talking Heads. Dave Burns is genius, so I love that pick. And music documentaries are always a good choice. And so I got to tell you, those are two of the most unique choices that I've ever heard in the 100+ interviews that I've gotten to do.
Oh wow!
I love those answers, man. They're just so diverse. They're so interesting, and I love that. And I'll be honest with you, I expected nothing less. I expected that.
I'm glad I didn't disappoint you.
No, I never would have assumed. Now, we only have a couple minutes left, so I'm just going to leave you with one last thing. Why should people check out your new movie?
Well, it's kind of deceptive. I guess it's being, presented as a horror film, and it certainly has some of that genre, the elements of that genre in it. But I think, oddly enough, it's a fantastic movie for any new mothers who are, dealing with any kind of postpartum issues. I just think it's very, very honest look at what that can be like. But I also think it's very entertaining, and I think it's beautifully shot, and John and Emma have great chemistry together. So I think there's something in it for everybody. But I particularly hope that, like I said, young mothers who may be experiencing some of the issues that Emma's character has in the film will find their way to the movie.
I love that. I know you have to go, so I wanted to just take a second to thank you for your time this morning, Michael. And great luck, good luck with the future projects. I know you've got a lot of big stuff coming up here, because I follow what you're doing. And just remember, guys, next time you see Michael Shannon, to always kneel before Zod.
You got that right. All right, thanks.
Thanks, man.
Bye.